I was changing my phone wallpaper and looking through older ones, and I remember someone asked me about like an old wallpaper I was using, and they asked me about this in the store, and the wallpaper had this drawing in it. You may have seen this before, the Vitruvian Man, or Vitruvian Man, however it's in English UK, you know what I'm saying? Or some people simply say the square within a circle. Considering the past two videos were about how you control your past and the mental challenges in life, I feel like this is a good opening to share my interpretation of this in the Cosmic Pluralism series. Now, this drawing is from 1490 by Leonardo da Vinci and is honestly a very powerful metaphor for how human experiences, good or bad, shape our identity and what this means to you and how you can have a better, I guess, control over who you grow to become. So, check this out. Observe the drawing right now on the screen. I want you to imagine you're thinking about your current life and what happens after you die. Rationally and logically speaking, every single one of us go through our daily lives, the good times, the tough challenges, but those experiences will not stick around forever once our bodies stop working. Once the brain is done, you know what I'm saying? Once the body's just over, it's over, you know what I'm saying? But the consciousness is a very uncertain subject to many people. Let's say hypothetically, whether you believe in it or not, let's say hypothetically, the soul does exist. The essential core of who you are that would keep going after your body is gone. So even though your physical body may be gone forever, something about you is everlasting. To make this easier to picture or represent or understand, this drawing made by someone 500 years ago, which I believe was influenced by Plato's or Aristotle's philosophy and interpretation of the consciousness and soul, the drawing emphasizes how the physical body fits perfectly inside both the square and the circle at the same time. Now, why is that so profound? It's just like shapes to me, Aku. Well, notice the man's feet and hands touch the square's edges when his arms are down and his legs are also together. The square, or rather a square, is 4 equal sides and right angles. If you paid attention to school, geometry teaches us that a square tends to represent stable measurement because its area is easy to calculate. Think of it as symbolizing the physical world we live in. Our bodies include very clear limits. We know the clear limits to our physical world, gravity or time. The body never goes beyond the square, showing how we're grounded to reality. But when the circle is included, and unlike a square, a circle has no straight edges or corners, right? In geometry, we learn that a circle is defined by a center point and a radius, and it goes on and on and on without a beginning or an end. That's why in geometry, circles are often seen as infinite. For example, the number pi, 3.14159, blah, 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 is the key to the circle's circumference. So in this drawing, you see the man spread his arms and legs. He fits perfectly inside the circle too, which is, you may say, even bigger than the square. Well, I think it is bigger than the square. This symbolizes how humans can, even though it's bigger than the square, they could reach or go beyond the everyday limits that I mentioned are in the physical world, which I symbolized as the square, right? Are you following me? You following me? If you put this all together, notice in the drawing that these two shapes are overlapped on purpose. The man isn't stuck in one or the other. He embodies both at once. The square keeps him locked into the physical world, but the circle pulls him towards infinity. The circle. This is literally your life. This is literally life itself. This square and circle. When you go through life experiences, good or bad, every single day, you are tested through your physical and mental limits. But these experiences teach us to adapt, grow, and in a sense, stretch towards the circle's openness. You see the circle's openness here? That's why I thought about it. With the challenges you deal with or dealt with in your life, you would stay boxed in. Literally. And literally, look at it, boxed in. The point is, and the drawing shows that, you are more than your boundaries. You are more than what you physically limit yourself to. You keep yourself boxed in because you let your physical or mental limitations get to you by letting your temptations or how you speak or think about yourself or your situations that you're currently in. The material things that you're attached to. I don't got money. I don't got no girl I could, you know what I'm saying? Like you get so attached to all that stuff that you never see what's past that. What real potential you have. What's really more important to your life because you stayed within the square. You a square, bro. With all due respect, you a square. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said the circle is a representation of the consciousness or soul. And if you don't believe in that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say it's the deeper part of you then, okay? Your mind's endless capacity. None of this stuff that you care about now or in the future, you're hung up about an ex, your money, you feeling when you're like that feeling when no girlfriend or boyfriend, this and that, man, you caught up on all this stuff. None of this is gonna matter when your body gives out on you. But the circle, powered by pi, never stops, symbolizing infinite possibilities based on how your thoughts and growth can expand far beyond the square. Challenging experiences in life, pain, peril, danger, these experiences are what push you from that square's edge towards the circle's openness. It builds mental toughness. It changes your limits. Like it changes the limits that you have and it turns it into like stepping stones. And if you stay a square, you miss the chance to evolve, to see beyond what your physical life is gonna eventually fade away into. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I mentioned, like I said earlier, all of us are gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Physically, we're all gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like the drawing, you have to create a life that is balanced, which you touch both worlds at once, the square and the circle. You see that notice how it's overlapping? You're not just some body in a box. You have to have faith in yourself that you can reach into the infinite. Let go of these distractions you're using to procrastinate the challenges that you realistically need to embrace. Embrace them as teachers. Because once you do that, what felt like a trap before, what made you a square, what kept you boxed into life, suddenly becomes something else. You realize, wait, I could do more. Hold on, I let something keep me down before. I let something lock me up here. You know what I'm saying? Look at yourself as more than your current struggles. Look at yourself as more than your current temptations and desires that you think is going to add to your life. But what does that mean to you when you're dead, bro? What does that mean to you? Identify yourself with more than the problems you're going to have right now in your life or problems you think you are so important for your life. Does that make sense? Reach into something greater. And that's not saying that like literally as a picture, reach into the openness, into something greater than what you're currently limiting yourself to in this physical world. Be in both at the same time. Anyway, this episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.